What's good, folks? I'll give you an update on my picks. And so far, my NFC prediction that's coming into that's basically my NFC picks. I think only one of two. Basically, I'm one of two on each side so far on my picks, and I'm just gonna get right down to it. This is the divisional round. I mean, basically last week all of the rookies had to learn. Every last one of them had to learn, from Deshaun Watson to Lamar Jackson, even Trubisky. They all had to learn that regular season defense ain't the same as basically playoff defense. Playoff defense is another level, because basically when the playoffs come, these teams turn it up a notch. They don't play the same way they do in the regular season. So basically, in the mind of the player, the regular season went out the window. They back to 0-0. Okay. So basically, man, I'm gonna basically discuss the second round, who I predict is gonna basically advance to the conference. First off, let's start with the NFC. Now, basically, the Philly-Chicago game came down to a field goal. Bears, that's no excuse for allowing, Nick Foles and a banged up Eagle team to get that far. Now, I understand that their defense is, Michael Bennett with London Fletcher, again, that's worked out pretty well for them. And the Eagles have been proven to have weapons, and Nick Foles is, again, he's a defending champion. Because let's remember, Carson Wentz didn't win that Super Bowl. He did. Carson Wentz didn't take this team all the way. He did. Okay, just remember that. And I'm going to say this now with all due respect, okay? If Nick Foles somehow beats the New Orleans Saints, they pull off the upset. Because, again, I'm not saying this is going to happen because the Saints got too much of a good home record at their house. But if he could somehow manage to beat Drew Brees, beat the Saints team, and advance to the conference championship, then all bets, like, there's no doubt in my mind, Nick Foles should be the starting quarterback. They might as well, because I don't see Carson Wentz taking a bench role. He's just not. Once that happens, and let's say he goes back to a second Super Bowl in a row, then the Eagles might as well trade Carson Wentz and get them and draft them another quarterback to back up Foles, because Foles has proven that he should be remaining the starter. He should have never left. Period. Okay, I told you that last year. Nick Foles has proven that they should have never allowed Chip Kelly to trade him in the first place. It's like when Nick Foles comes into that the quarterback, the Eagles are a much different team, and I mean very different. Notice how Foles stole the ball is different than Carson Wentz. I'm not taking nothing from Carson Wentz at all. Carson Wentz has a cannon of an arm. Okay, Carson Wentz has the moves. He's a complete package. He's what you want in a quarterback, but Nick Foles is just something else. Okay? Again, Nick Foles is a veteran. All right? So this is why the Eagles are playing so well. Because I'm be honest, man. If they would have had Carson Wentz as a starter, they lost 7 games. They are 9-7 with Carson Wentz as a starter. You've seen this. But with Nick Foles, they're much more efficient. Okay? They score more points. They can keep up with their team. And even then, Carson Wentz being a veteran when he was able to put Philly in position to win that game. Yeah, it came down to a missed field goal, but Chicago learned that the hard way. All right? So basically, Chicago deserves to lose that game, man. You're not supposed to allow the Eagles to upset you in your house, and you went 11-3. As for the Cowboys and the Rams, and I'm just going to be honest, man. I love my Cowboys. Don't get me wrong. I like how our defense is looking. The defense has played much better this season, no doubt. The defense has looked far better than what it was in the last 5 years, okay, when Tony Romo was there. But let's just be honest, man. This is a loaded Rams team. Okay, Aaron Donald, to me, is Defensive Player of the Year. Sean McVay has done an excellent job with this team. They have them basically ready to contend for a Super Bowl. Okay? Now, the one thing the Cowboys does do well is they know how to stop the run. Okay? They do know how to neutralize limit running backs. But again, man, you're not going against Seattle. They had problems with Seattle's passing game with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was eating them up. Even that last drive, if you Jason Garrett, you're going to have to fix Byron Jones. I'm sorry, man. Byron Jones getting burnt in that last series when Seattle scored and put the game up by 2, where the Cowboys was up by 2. That can't happen against the Rams. I'm sorry, man. Byron Jones might have got exposed. So what Garrett needs to do this week or tomorrow or tomorrow night, for example, or even this weekend, this next game, he needs to think about switching Byron Jones with Xavier Woods to somebody else at corner. Because we can't be having it. This Rams team can bring it to you on the air. They have one of the best receiving core, no doubt. Okay? But still, I got to give Rams, just because it's in L.A., Dallas, even though Dallas does have equal amount of fan base, because I'm telling you right now, the Cowboys fan base is huge in L.A. All right? But again, I mean, I don't know, man. I gotta go with go with the Rams. I like the Cowboys, and to me, Garrett's gonna have to prove himself. If Garrett goes one and done again this year, like he did 2 years ago, it's time to let him go. I'm serious, because I've been trying to hold my breath for Garrett, but this, you know what I'm saying, like having these records, being one and done, and then having another losing season, that just can't happen if you're a Cowboys fan. Like if you're Jerry Jones, you can't keep allowing this to keep going on. You're going to have to put your foot down, and you're going to have to make the change. Or else Stephen Jones' son is going to have to make it for him. Okay? Because Stephen Jones doesn't play around. He's much different than his daddy. I'll be honest, man. While Jerry has an ego problem, Stephen Jones is going to do what's better for the team. That's the only reason why the Cowboys even have the team they have now is because of Stephen Jones. Now, Cowboys got Tavon Austin. They got Chris Richards, okay? Austin was on this team last year. And then Chris Richards played against this team throughout his most of his coaching career with the Seattle Seahawks and the Legion of Boom. And the fact that Garrett's been coaching longer than McVay. But again, if they don't beat the Rams, then again, like Garrett has to go. You got to sign the next best head coach, which is very obvious. Okay? So in the NFC, I got this. And the only reason why I got Saints and Eagles, because again, Saints have the best record in the Superdome. Drew Brees is on the roll. He's trying to reach one more Super Bowl before he retires, because Brees knows his window is basically closing. Brees doesn't have much time left at all. He really doesn't. It's just like Phillip Rivers right now. Don't have much time left. I'm going to get to him in a few minutes. But again, I mean, I'm going to take New Orleans or Philly and LA over my Cowboys. Only because I don't trust Jason Garrett at all. Because even last week, we barely beat Seattle. The Cowboys should have been able to close out on Seattle. The Seattle should not have been able to score another touchdown, then have the game rely on an onside kick. Now, this has been proven. I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to be just all honest. The Chicago Bears-Eagles game and then the Cowboys-Seattle game proved that there's no more good kickers no more. All right? It's like Mason Crosby was the last of the good kickers. You see how his career went this season. That man missed field goals that should have won them games. Okay? We've seen this in the national championship game, and shouts out to the Clemson Tigers. They beat Alabama. They're proven to be the only other team that could beat Alabama, and they done it with with a freshman core. All right, that Lawrence Timmons, I think that's his name, the Clemson quarterback starter. He played well, but again, their kicker missed a very valuable, a very important field goal. That if Alabama would have been able to go on a run, especially when they put Jalen Hurts in there, that would have came back to haunt them. All right. They are officially no more good kickers at all. We done seen how many kickers missed, how many field goals just in this season alone. It's been at least about 20 attempts missed. At least around, I'll say 15, maybe 20, maybe 10. But it's been too many missed field goals. Too many bad special team play for the extra points. The Browns basically lost games because their field goal kicker was so trash. All right? So again, let's go to the AFC. Now, we got New England and LA. Now, I'm gonna be honest, man. Belichick and Brady are 7-0 against Phillip Rivers. And again, I mean, I'm not taking nothing from the LA Chargers. They've done an excellent job just this season. Okay, I mean, this is the best I've seen the Chargers look in a very long time. But I'm going to be honest, man. Like this Chargers have a bad time beating the Patriots, and practically because of Phillip Rivers. The Chargers, since Anthony Lynn came in, and they was supposed to draft another quarterback. I still do not understand why the Chargers are keeping Phillip Rivers around for so long. Yeah, I understand that he's a great regular season quarterback, and the man has won some playoff games. But let's be honest, Phillip Rivers is no different than Carson Palmer. Okay, let's just be honest, man. Carson Palmer, every now and just I think. Carson Palmer's last good season, when I think was in 2015, when he finally got his team out the first round, he finally made it to a conference finals. But that's it. Phillip Rivers is just like I say, he's the equivalent of a Carson Palmer and Tony Romo. They're great regular season quarterbacks, but When it comes down to these big games, they just cannot win at all. They just can't get the job done. And the problem is, again, LA is in Foxborough. You're in the Patriots' house. For those that know the Patriots all too well, they don't lose at home. I'm going to be just very honest with you. Brady, for those that have watched Undisputed, you see Brady, they've uploaded a video. Brady, he's focused. Tom knows he's 41 years old. He's only getting older now, but that man takes this game seriously. Belichick is no doubt in my mind the greatest coach in NFL history. Okay? Belichick has won 8 AFC championships, 8 conference titles. Okay, he's been in 8 Super Bowls. All right? That man is like 5 for 3 in world titles. He's lost to the Giants twice and the Eagles last year, but that man has won 5 Super Bowls that he's coached, all with Tom Brady. I'm sorry, man. Belichick and Brady know Phillip Rivers too well by now. Again, man, the Chargers ain't playing against the Ravens. And this is the thing about the Ravens. Ravens actually did good defensively. Terrell Suggs and them did their job defensively. The problem was Lamar Jackson, even including the first half. Lamar Jackson did not play with a confidence at all. Okay? So I'm going to give the Chargers the credit there. Okay, they played great defense, but if Lamar Jackson would have had more confidence, and he would have been able to mix it up, and John Harbaugh would have ran different plays, the Ravens would have tied that game. Okay, so that's my only thing, man. Like, this Patriot team, this is a much different team. The Chargers ain't finna be getting that lucky. And again, man, like Belichick and Brady, they know Phillip Rivers anyway. They know who he's gonna run to. They know his tendencies. Like, it's time for the Chargers to get them another quarterback. They need to draft a Trubisky. They need to draft a Lamar Jackson. They need to get them somebody like Mahomes. If Chargers get them a brand new quarterback, even like a Josh Rosen, they'll be on their right track to contend for a championship. But as long as they got Phillip Rivers, they're going to win. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to give the Chargers a chance. I just don't see them beating New England. I'm going to take New England over the Chargers. Excuse me, folks. I'm a little under the weather. Now to the Colts and Chiefs. This is going to be the best game of the playoffs so far. This is going to be very, very tough. Now, I'll be honest, man. The Chiefs got a chance to go all the way. I've said this before. The Chiefs have a chance to basically take it. I think defensively they can basically make it. They can mix it. They can make it interesting for Andrew Luck. They can at least confuse Luck. Defensively, they got corners that can jam the receivers. They got defensive line that can get after Luck. But again, it's going to come down to which quarterback is going to make smarter decisions. And we've seen this last week. I'm going to be honest, man. Deshaun Watson needs more experience. He needs more time. Okay, he wasn't ready for the Colts at all. And the Colts is hot. Again, this is like the 9th game they won in a row. If for Mahomes, he's not going to be able to do what he's been doing in the regular season. I'm going to be honest now. Okay? And to be quite frank with everybody, Andrew Luck is really the only quarterback that can basically beat Tom Brady. I don't see Mahomes really doing it. I mean, again, man, I like this Chiefs teams a lot, and I want to give them a chance, but I don't know, man. I just think Andrew Luck is basically ready. Frank Reich, again, is a Super Bowl champion at the end of the day. This man has defeated Tom Brady last year, okay? But what we see from Andy Reid still has not won a Super Bowl as a head coach, okay? And again, he's had some of the best rosters, but again, man, you up against Frank Reich and Andrew Luck. And then even in that Colts defense is playing hard. That's a young team. But again, I'm going to give Kansas City a chance here. All right, I'm going to give them a shot. I'm going to go KC over Indianapolis only because I think defensively they can win this game, but it's not going to be easy. If Andrew Luck if the Colts do wind up winning this game, is because, again, it's a veteran quarterback. Because this is Mahomes' first year playing. This is not forget this at all, man. This is Mahomes' first year as a starting quarterback in the playoffs. Remember, last year was Alex Smith. He had to be on the bench behind Alex Smith. And you seen what happened with Trubisky. Trubisky was basically stuck that whole second half. Trubisky, when the fourth quarter came down to it, he didn't score a single touchdown. Okay? The Philadelphia Eagles defense was able to neutralize Trubisky. Imagine what the Colts is going to do with Mahomes. And this team is literally, man, on a 9-game winning streak. Again, man, my heart is saying KC, but my mind is going with Indianapolis. I'm gonna be honest. If Indianapolis beats Kansas City, they're ready for the Patriots. I'm not gonna lie to you, we might be seeing a rematch of 2014. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happens because I mean, that injury, Andrew Luck's injury basically caused him to have a lot of time to study himself and his teammates. Andrew Luck has had plenty of time to basically learn that offense, work with those receivers and his tight end. So that's the only thing I fear with KC. They may be finished this weekend. Okay? Because again, man, like Mahomes is good, but even again, I don't know if he's necessarily ready for Brady just yet. Okay, now I think Andy Reid's gonna still be coaching around, but I don't know, man. This Colts team is just too hot. But that's my picks, right? I got New England over on LA. Because again, the Chargers need a new quarterback. I'm sorry, man. Phillip Rivers, they're better off starting over with a new quarterback, especially since you have a good head coach that's proven himself. I'm gonna take KC over Indianapolis only because I think that the Chiefs got a defense that can win that game for them. If they could get after Andrew Luck. Again, Andrew Luck has an offensive line. Okay, so it's not gonna be easy sacking Luck no more. Not like it was back in the day. Back in 2015 and 14, those days, it's not going to be easy. All right. Back in 2014 and 2013, it's not going to be easy getting after Luck. All right. But I think if they could get at least 1 or 2 sacks on Andrew Luck and force him to throw an interception, they may can win that game. So I got KC over Indy. I got New Orleans over Philadelphia, of course, because they're in the Superdome. They don't lose at home. And I got Rams over Cowboys. And folks, that's my picks. Again, man, I may be wrong because the Cowboys do have a chance to beat the Rams, and just Garrett's coaching is a problem. I'm pretty sure the Saints should be able to beat Philly. They shouldn't have no problems against Philadelphia since they have the better defense than the Bears. Bears' problem, they just, like I said, Trubisky just he froze up pretty much. He couldn't handle the pressure. Breeze, again, veteran quarterback. Brady is 7-0 against Phillip Rivers. So if Phillip Rivers couldn't beat Brady all these years, I doubt he's going to do it now. Again, man, let's just be honest, man. This Patriot team still has a little bit of that core left. Okay? And as good as the Chargers have been playing, this is New England you're talking about here, man. Like, these guys are the best at what they do. And there's again, man, if Indianapolis does beat Kansas City, y'all now know why. It's Mahomes is not making the plays he should be, while Andrew Luck is basically accurate. Again, Andrew Luck is the better quarterback over Mahomes, and he has the experience. Andrew Luck has been there before. Andrew Luck knows what he has to do to get there and get his team to the Super Bowl. So I believe the Colts are hungry. I believe the Colts seriously want New England. They want that, and they've proven that now. Again, I wanna go KC, New England, but it may be Indianapolis versus New England. Because if that happens, if New England, like I said, and for the Patriots' sake, they better hope they don't play the Colts. You know what I'm saying? Another week from now, when after this weekend is said and done, if the Patriots have to play Colts, that's the end of New England. Sure enough, this is going to be the end of Tom Brady. All right. So again, Colts gonna have to prove it themselves. All right. But anyways, folks, that's the video, man. Y'all like, subscribe. I'll check back. You know what I'm saying? With another update for you. Stay blessed. Stay tuned. I'll see you soon.